Dear students, welcome back to the series of ICET videos. In the last video, we have discussed the questions of analogy. In this video, we'll try to discuss the questions of Oddman out. Question number 31 to 35, which are given in 2023 paper, I am trying to discuss in this session. And this session is useful for all other students who are preparing for placements and SSC, CGL, RRB and other competitive and government exams. So if you look at ICET is having 55 questions of weightage from problem solving. So out of 55 questions of problem solving, 10 questions are given from analogy. We already discussed this in the last video, and we'll have 5 questions from Oddman out. And it's a good weightage and it's a very simple topic, Oddman out. Oddman out, you are having 5 marks of weightage. We'll try to look at how the questions of Oddman out are given and how can we tackle them. So if you observe in the examination paper, question number 31 to 35, you will be getting Oddman out. There is no change in the question numbers and all. So that's why I'm just fixing these numbers. 31 to 35, you will be having Oddman out. In Oddman out, you are going to identify, you are going to have 4 options. We need to identify which option is different when it compares to other option choices. For example, if you have a question like this, pick the odd man out. Rose, lily, orange, jasmine. So as soon as you see this, you can directly say answer is orange. Why? Because rose, lily, jasmine are flowers, orange is the only fruit. So you can directly pick the odd man out as orange. So like this, you are going to get the odd man out questions by giving questions on words, and sometimes they will be giving the questions on numbers, and you will also see the questions on letters and questions on equations. These are the repeated pattern questions which I am seeing in the ICET examination. So let's look at how the questions of odd man out are given. Before we are proceeding with the question number 31 to 35, prerequisite for this, remember the square numbers from 1 to 25, which I have discussed in the last session also, and remember the cube numbers from 1 to 20, and remember the alphabets with the respective positions. Let's look at the question number 1. So in this question, they have given 6 equations for us, and they are asking us to figure out the odd man out. So these equation based questions are repeated questions in TSICET. So how to tackle these questions is very simple. Whenever you see any quadratic equation as ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, to find out the roots of this equation or to find out the nature of the roots, we will be finding the discriminant value. So discriminant value means delta value. So by looking at the delta value, we can understand what is the nature of the roots. So what is delta here? Delta is nothing but b square minus 4ac. Whenever you see this equation based questions, directly try to figure out the delta or discriminant value. You will be able to understand some logic there. So here also I am trying to find out what is the delta value of all these option choices. So if you look at this, here first equation is given as x square plus x plus 1. So what is the discriminant value? B square. So b value is 1 here. 4ac. So b square is nothing but 1 minus 4, which is giving a delta value as minus 3. Leave this. Look at this. What is the delta value here? B square. That means 1 square 1 minus 4ac. 4 into 2, which is 8, which is giving a delta value minus 7. And if you observe the discriminant value for this, b square, which is 4 minus 4ac, 4 into 5, which is 20, which is giving a result minus 16. And if you observe this, delta value will be b square, which is 25, minus 4ac, 4 into 6, which is 24. I am getting this result as plus 1. And if you observe the discriminant value of the next equation, b square, which is 4 minus 4ac, 4 7s are 28, which is giving a result as minus 24. And if you observe the delta value of the last equation, b square, which is 9, 4ac, that is 32. It also gives a negative value. So if you observe, all these equations are having the discriminant value as negative, but only one equation is having a discriminant value as positive. So we can say the odd man out of the given equation, question is option 4, which is x square plus 5x plus 6. And even you can also observe, if you look at this, if in factorization method, this is the only one we can write this as 2x plus 3x, x square plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. That means you can split this. And discriminant is positive means what? Roots are real and distinct. And discriminant is negative means roots are complex. So that is the reason you can directly mark the answer as option 4. You can also directly check the roots of the equation, and you can also figure out the value. So anyways, this is a way you have to check the question. So find out the discriminant value. This is another expected question in the odd man out. Whenever you come across with the equations, find out the discriminant value. It's a repeating question. Please do not skip this type question, and very simple question. Moving forward to second question. Beer, mile, bring and dance, horse, price. They are expecting us to figure out what is the odd man out of the following. So to find out the odd man here, I am just trying to observe these words. So beer, mile. So if you observe in beer, I am able to see two vowels. What are the vowels we are having? A, E, I, O, U are the vowels. You very well know this. So in beer, we are having two vowels. And in mile also, we are having two vowels, I and E. And in bring, I have one vowel. In dance, I have two vowels like A and E. In horse, I have two vowels as O and E. In price, I have two vowels as I and E. So in bring, I have only one vowel. Remaining all are having two vowels. That is the reason I am directly marking my answer as odd man out is option 2. What is odd man out? The one which is different when it compares to other. That will be the odd man out. So pick the one which is different. Question number 33 given in 2023 paper. So C, F, I, L, P, R, U. What is the odd man out is a question. I already told you, whenever you come across with any questions which are related to letters, try to write them in the form of numbers. For that, I also given a trick for you. So use EJOT trick to figure out the alphabet positions. E indicates 5, J indicates 10, O indicates 15, T indicates 20, Y indicates 25. So you can use this EJOT trick to figure out the alphabet positions. So here, C is nothing but third alphabet. I am directly writing because I remember the alphabet positions. F is the sixth alphabet. I is the ninth alphabet. L is the 12th alphabet. P is 16th alphabet. R is 18th alphabet. U is 21 alphabet. So if you observe these numbers, 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 21, all these numbers are going in 3 table. But 16, is this number going in 3 table? No. So odd man out must be 16. That means P, mark the answer as 3. Hope it is clear. Moving forward to next question. Question number 34 given in the paper. So 111, 117, 119, 123, 127, 129, 133. What is the odd man out? Initially, I thought of checking in the sequence. So if you observe, there is a difference of 6 here and difference of 2. It's not difference of 4 and difference of 4. It is not matching exactly with the difference pattern. So that's why I'm trying to look at it the other way. Look the individual elements. So 111 or 111. This is a number going in 3 table. That means it's a composite number because sum of the digits is 3. And 117, sum of the digits is 9. So again this number will goes in 3 table. And 119. So 119, if you observe, in 2 table it never comes, 3 table it won't come. But in 7 table, 5 table it won't come, 7 table. Because when we are checking with the divisibility rule, so especially prime numbers and composite numbers checking, we have to check with these prime numbers in the sequence. So this number is not going in 2 table, that's why I have checked with 3. It is matching. This also I have checked with 3. So this is not going in 2 table, not going in 3 table, not going in 5 table. I am checking with 7 now. So 7 1s are 7 and I left with 49, 7 7s. That means this is a number going in 7 table. So it's a composite number. So composite number means what? A number which is having more than 2 factors. Prime number means what? A number which is divisible by 1 and itself. So this is divisible by 7. So we can treat this as a composite number. And what about 123? 123, sum of the digits is 6. Again this number is going in 3 table. And 127, this is a number not going in 2 table. Sum of the digits is 10, not going in 3 table, not going in 5 table, not going in 7 table, because 7 ones are, and not going in 11 table. So keep this number aside. Look at this, 129. And what is the sum of the digits? Sum of the digits is going in 3 table. If you observe, sum of the digits is 12. So this is a composite number again. 133. 133, if you observe, it's not going in 2 table and 3 table and 5 table, but it is going in 7 table. If you can check, 7 ones are 7, and we left with 63, 7 nines. That means this number is a composite number going in 7 table. But 127 is a number, very important number, and it is not a composite number, and it is a prime number. It is a prime number. That is the reason we can mark the answer as 127, which is given as option 1 for us. So Oddman out, you have to look at the element individually and figure out the property. So mostly while you are looking at the numbers, so first important properties. One is check with square numbers, cube numbers, or otherwise check with prime numbers and divisibility rules. And most of the cases, all the questions will fall under these only. So remember this, it will be helpful while you are solving any new questions. Any new questions when you are solving, think about squares, remember 1 to 25 squares, and think about cubes, remember 1 to 15 cubes, and think about divisibility rules, think about prime and composite numbers. If you remember 1 to 100 prime numbers, it would be very easy to tackle the questions. So those are the 4 things which we have to give a priority when we are solving the odd man out questions. Look at the last question, question number 35 given here. So 1, 3, 10, 21, 64, 129, 356 and 777. What is the odd one here? So they given the sequence here. In this sequence, if you observe carefully, 1, 3 and 3 become 10, 10 become 21. So there is some pattern. If you can observe, 3 into 3 is 9 plus 1. 10 into 2 is 20 plus 1. 21 into 3 is 63 plus 1. 64 into 2 is 128 plus 1. And next number 129 into, because you can observe here, the pattern you can recognize now. What is the pattern? You can just look at 1 become 3. That means 1 into 2 plus 1. 1 into 2 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. Next 3 become 10. How we are getting 10? 3 into 3, 9 plus 1 is 10. Again 21. How we are getting 21? 10 into 2, 20 plus 1. And next 64. How we are getting 64? 21 into 3 plus 1. Next 64 will be into 2 plus 1. 64 into 2, 128 plus 1, 129. And next it should be into 3 plus 1 pattern. So what is 129 into 3? That's 9 3s are 27 and 6 plus 2 8 and 387 plus 1. It should be 388. But they given what? 356. Because the pattern is very clear. The pattern is very clear. This is into 2 plus 1, into 3 plus 1, into 2 plus 1, into 3 plus 1, into 2 plus 1, into 3 plus 1 will come. That means number should be 388 but given 356. That is the reason this is the odd one and this is the wrong term which is given. We can also get this type of questions in sequence as well. So the wrong term in the series. So 356 is the wrong term. Mark the answer choice as 356. Instead of 356, if they given as 388, then that would be the correct answer choice. Hope it is clear. So that's it. That is the questions which are given in the 2023 paper from odd man out. So I'm just giving some practice questions. Please do these practice questions and comment your answers in the chat box. Find the odd man out. Practice question number 1. Practice question number 2. Practice question number 3. So you can solve these 3 practice questions and comment your answer. Thank you so much.